Melbourne's nightlife is under siege.
Oh, very bad. Very bad. Dangerous. Shouldn't be like this.
From South Yarra to the CBD, fear is in the air.
I don't think we'll go to any clubs tonight. We'll probably just go like the local bars that are a bit more like established and things like that.
There's growing fear in the community
after allegedly firebombing in Melbourne.
Since April 14th, almost every night there has been a shooting, arson attack and even a kidnapping of a promoter, all linked to Melbourne's biggest bars and restaurants. Some venues have been hit twice. It's Saturday night and one of the most popular nightclubs in Melbourne, the Emerson in South Yarra, has decided to place a massive truck trailer on the road in front of its entrance after it was recently targeted in a drive-by shooting. Nearby, 18-year-old Grace is out with friends.
I was in the group chat saying, like, should we go? Like, is it safe? And they were all like, yeah, it's fine. Yeah. And so I was like, yeah, it's okay. Obviously, my parents were, like, concerned.
This morning, nightclub La Di Da on Little Bourke Street was firebombed. Yesterday, offenders smashed Electric Bar in Paran. Last week, shots were fired at brothel Gotham City. Since April, there have been 2 arson attacks on Bar Bambi in the CBD, and 2 people were caught with jerry cans outside restaurant Francois. But police don't know why it's happening.
We are yet to determine the motive, and we have a very much an open mind.
It's not just bars and restaurants. On April 23, alcohol company 80 Proof was destroyed in an arson attack, causing $4.5 million in damage. Is this the beginning of an illicit alcohol trade war in Melbourne?
That's, again, the million-dollar question, I suppose, that we'd like answered and go back to. We'd ask for information, but everything is on the table, whether it's conflict within the industry, whether it's illicit alcohol, whether it's standover extortion activities, competitors. Nothing's ruled out.
Police believe an organised crime syndicate is recruiting young offenders via encrypted messaging apps to carry out the attacks, offering them cash to destroy a business.
We've seen figures bantied around, but it can be as low as $500 to $1,000, but up to even as high as $20,000.
Could someone be orchestrating these attacks from overseas?
Our experiences suggest don't rule that out, and that'll be one of the complexities of this investigation.
Michael Trimble, a strip club owner, received a text message last week which said, "We're after you, your family, your businesses, homes and souls. And if you don't comply, the police can't help you." The message was sent via WhatsApp by a user named The Cartel from a United States number.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a weird feeling. I can't really describe it. Like, it wasn't like an instant panic. I sort of just looked at it and guess I just tried to assess. I had a quick chat with my head of security on that night. Sort of thought, could potentially just be nonsense.
Have police contacted you after that text message?
I did get contacted by someone from the Operation Eclipse Task Force on Friday. They seemed to be just sort of touching base. They didn't know about the message. I asked them about it. They said, yeah, they've heard multiple reports of people receiving that same message. They sort of haven't really been able to give me any idea of who is sending it, why they're sending it.
His staff are anxious and Michael is considering beefing up security at his venue.
It's the Wild West out here at the moment. You turn on the news every day, it's something. It's either gangs running through shopping centres with machetes or high-speed car chases, stabbings, arson attacks. It's relentless every day. Well, Melbourne, yeah, it's a war zone now.
One scared bar owner told 7:30 they feel like Melbourne is a war zone right now. How does that make you feel as the mayor?
Look, I don't think that's right. I mean, these arson attacks are obviously deeply disturbing, but we also need to keep this in perspective. You know, Melbourne is a city of more than 5.5 million people. It's the biggest city in Australia, the fastest growing city in Australia. We are doing everything we can to absolutely crack down on this situation, and, you know, we will solve this case.
Josh Collins runs a cocktail bar in the heart of Melbourne CBD. He hasn't been attacked, but he's worried.
Well, of course we're nervous. Of course. I mean, who wouldn't be nervous? I mean, this is unprecedented levels of attacks, you know? You could see the same happening with tobacco businesses, where there's obviously some kind of backside war going on that we don't know anything about. And as a hospitality venue, I feel, and I'm very much in the forefront, you know, could potentially be a target to this.
He's owned this bar for 10 years, and in that time, the price of alcohol has doubled.
It would be very appealing for someone to take a mark somewhere along the supply chain. You know, I don't know where that is, you know. I don't think it's so much at our end. You know, if I was a licensee, was offered slightly cheaper booze, of course you'd be tempted, you know. But, you know, where's the check? How can I see that the duty's been paid at every step of the thing? I can't. You know, absolutely can't. There's no transparency involved in the supply chain for me.
There's been a lot of talk about the illicit alcohol sales. I find it difficult to believe that it's that. It just doesn't make sense. I guess if you're just looking at what's happening by what it's producing, all it's producing at the moment is panic and fear. Maybe that's the whole point.
These arsonists almost torching themselves.
Police hold grave concerns that innocent people will be caught in the crossfire before they identify who is orchestrating the violence.
I acknowledge that this would be concerning for the community, but again, I encourage people to go about their lives as they would, but be alert and contact 000 if you're concerned.
Everyone's pretty wound up, for sure. Everyone's sort of just sitting back, hoping that they're not going to be next.